What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So, as crazy as it is, iOS 27 has been out for a week and WWDC has come and gone, and we have a lot more takeaways. Usually we don't do 1 week later videos, but because of how substantial of an update this is and how many changes are here, we need to talk about a couple things. I'm going to keep this pretty short and sweet today, so let's jump right into it. First thing I have to show you in settings 1 week later is the phone is actually still indexing. Now, this isn't necessarily anything crazy or meaning anything's wrong. We never saw this before iOS 27, so truly we didn't know how long a phone was actually indexing for. But with iOS 27 and these changes, we now see that it is taking a lot longer than 2 to 3 days to finish indexing. It can always take up to a week, they say, sometimes longer. But actually seeing this now and experiencing it, this is pretty crazy to me because it truly does impact battery life, performance, and all that. And at this point, we're already most likely halfway to beta 2, and we're still indexing without being able to get a full grasp on how iOS 27 is when everything is complete for setup. Now, this isn't a problem, like I said, it's not the end all be all, but I can see battery life taking a substantial hit from all this. Performance is definitely a little more glitchier than you would expect, and goes back to my 48-hour video that we talked about, probably wanting to wait to update until everything is a little bit more optimized. Leave a comment down below, guys, if you took the plunge and updated here. If your phone is still indexing, let me know down below because, again, 1 week is kind of crazy. I've plugged it in consistently. It's been plugged into Qi 2 chargers and actually right in USB Type-C ports for fast charging, and it did not matter because you can see it does say indexing improves while longer charging sessions happen. But clearly, again, over the course of this week, that just is not the case. If we go into battery, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. If I go into battery usage, I have been charging consistently throughout these days, all last week, trying to get this to finish indexing, and it's simply just not jumping along. Now, talking about battery use, as you can see here again, 11 hours and 19 minutes screen active, 10 hours, 42 minutes, 9 hours, 48 minutes, 4 hours, 13 minutes. You guys can see here, the phone was used pretty heavily early in the week. Otherwise, it was charging and still just not working like you would assume. If we actually scroll down to here, you can see other battery related usage items. Once again, as we complained about in some betas for iOS 26, the always on display and home and lock screen is tearing up the battery more than you would imagine and anticipate as well. Plus everything else you are typically doing is going to damage that battery life. Poor cell coverage is something that's been popping up more so recently than not. The modem update here has caused my phone to drop calls and have call fails more than I've seen actually also. So that is something I want you guys to keep in mind as well. There's just not a lot of consistency in this build other than it does work okay. It is stable. The only time I've actually gotten any springboard refreshes is when I try to do an iPhone mirror to the Mac. It just keeps crashing, springboard resets, and it fails to connect. I thought that might have to do with the indexing for some strange reason. Don't know if that's the case or not, simply because, yet again, it is still indexing and I haven't got to try it since. But I tried it on a Mac Pro, tried it on a Mac Neo. It happens the same way on both, fails to connect, and does springboard reset. There have been a ton of drop frame rates. If you scroll a lot, if you go into, let's just say, our stocks app, it was really doing it quite heavily in here. Whereas if you jump through articles, it was lagging a lot. And I know it doesn't capture very well on camera, but it was very jittery. It's actually looking okay right now during this video, but it was consistently happening. And then we did a whole separate video on this as well. But one thing I do want to talk about is in Notes app, how I've been doing that keyboard test. Let me actually go back into this. It works very well with the new on-device engine. However, it is very slow in beta 1. I did the comparison against the same test in iOS 26, and it did run faster on 26, but did add better punctuation in iOS 27. So just going to do a real quick test here to show you how the voice dictation works as well. What is going on, everybody? Happy Monday. It is a new week. I hope everyone enjoys their week. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Like the video. We have a ton more coverage coming. So you can see just how delayed it actually is. Sometimes it'll actually pause. You can see how it kind of jolted there around, but sometimes it'll actually pause before it finishes reading or capturing and dictating what you said before the next word is said, and then it falls behind. You almost need to trigger it saying another word. It's just very intermittent. The swipe to text is still good, but what we can say is this is not the ultimate Gemini keyboard experience we were hoping for yet. Again, this is only beta 1. It can still improve. We will have to see exactly how that does play out, but right now I am not thrilled with it aside from better punctuation, which again is still a huge improvement, but there is a long way to go. If we actually go ahead and just try to type, that does work pretty well. You can see it keeps up, no issue, no delay. And then the predictive text line, that is one thing I've seen improve. This has not disappeared like it has in iOS 26 a single time, which is what was causing the mistypes, the spelling errors, grammatical errors, because it would not edit it because it wasn't predicting what you tried to say. So that is one huge improvement here. I will say is great to see, but it is something to keep in mind. It could also have to do with indexing. It's going to be very hard to tell. Scrolling around in the App Store, jumping through other items, everything runs very smoothly as you can see. One thing I can say too, that was an intermittent issue in iOS 26 is RAM management. I love using Clash Royale as my example simply because it is actually a pretty RAM heavy usage. So if I jumped around in here, let's go get these free items as always. And then we'll jump around a couple other apps. Let's go ahead and do this. Okay, now let's go ahead and go into stocks again. Check out what SpaceX is trading at. It looks like it's up a little bit right now. Pretty cool to see. Jump out of that. Let's go to YouTube. Race highlights for a second. Let's turn this down. From the F1 race this weekend. Very good. Shut that down. Let's go ahead and go in the camera app. Go to the new Siri mode. Okay. And now let's go back to notes. Let's jump now back into Clash. And you can see it actually held in memory for once. It didn't need to reset as multiple videos we've done have had to do. That is great to see. Performance again as a whole is pretty good for first beta. I don't recommend installing it still, like I said. I would wait till at least beta 2. But it is serviceable if you want to try the new Siri once you get in on it. The new Siri app has been fun as well. As you can see, it works pretty good. The new Siri is a little smarter, more contextually aware, and does help search on device for items you may have had. It is pretty cool to see nonetheless. That has been really the only reason people want to upgrade here and does remain the same. Image Playground is still just going to be a parlor trick. People will use it once or twice and not use it too much after, although I do feel like it is much more capable than it was before. And then really, let's talk about what to expect here, because it is June 15th, like I said, 1 week after WWDC went by and Beta 1 was released. I'm not anticipating a second beta today. This could be coming as soon as the 22nd because that'll give us our typical 2-week break in between betas, and Apple does need some time to polish and run through all the developer feedback here from Beta 1 and make those needed tweaks for Beta 2. So again, probably a quiet week this week. iOS 27 Beta 2 should drop next week on the 22nd. So really guys, that's it for today's video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you downloaded it, how is it working for you? If your phone is still indexing too, gotta let us know what phone, what model, and we'll go from there and crowdsource some data in the comments. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.